Welcome! We're still here in class, alchemy class in fact. And welcome back to Spellcasting 201. So we are in the middle of doing our alchemy experiment with Ernie Eaglebeak. We've already put iron in the bowl, and now we need to do step one, which is putting some EWC-1 on the iron. The chemical seems to seep into the pores of the iron. Well, campers, drop into the lab here and try that transmutation sometimes before one day's class. Try not to burn the place down. At this point, I'm supposed to remind you what my office hours are, but I hate getting pestered, so I won't bother. Class dismissed. Class might be dismissed, but we're going to continue on with our experiment. The bell rings, signifying the finish of the late afternoon class. It quickly empties. You're the only one left behind. Now we need to put the gray flakes into the bowl. The dull gray of the iron seems to take on a coppery sheen. The chemical seeps into the pores of the copper, and you've gotten 25 points. Now we're going to get the bowl. Inventory. Need to get rid of something. Alright, remember I left my bed sheet in the alchemy lab in case I need it. Guess I'm sleeping without a sheet tonight. Actually, let's rename over this. Be our backup save. That's all the classes for the day. You're in the stands! Oh, shit. That is some fucking chaotic music, Jesus. So you notice in the last video, or the video before the last, I didn't even bother adding the music, but it's a pain to wrap it around all these random little audio clips that they put in here. I don't know if we've quite been to the... We haven't had an official stadium visit yet in part 2. You're in the stands of a vast arena, known for its imposing architecture, enthusiastic fans, and horrendous sightlines. The stands are packed with wildly dressed, wildly screaming Blue Demon fans. The scoreboard looms over the field, and the pennants from the past championship hang above the X's to the east and southwest. A ramp leads down into the bowels of the stadium. Spotlights fade from yellow to red. Eye sockets hold up his hands, and an expectant hush falls across the stadium. And here they are, the princes of perversion themselves, the Blue Demons! The stadium erupts in a pandemonium of cheers, applause, foot stomping, and several scattered streams of whipped cream. Rah, rah! The spotlights go dark, and a lone blue light illuminates the center of the stage. A huge glowing skull rises through a trapdoor in the floorboards. The skull explodes into dust, revealing the demons wearing their trademark blue makeup, horns, and forked tails. Fuck yeah, Eaglebeak screams. Shout. Fuck to the Yizza. I know you got that. Okay, we'll just wait. The demons grab their instruments and dive right into one of their current hits, Swallow My Love Grenade, each with resounding chorus of bits and pieces, bits and pieces, bits and pieces on every wall you built around my soul. The catapult on the stage flings hunks of, you assume, animal flesh into the stands. Fans leap upon the hunks, either in search of a souvenir or in search of an alternative to cafeteria food. That's gross. Sorcerer, we love you, hollers the lead guitarist. I'm Johnny Bashin' Brain. Me and all the demons are glad we finally got here. You know, my fellow guitarist, Buzz Maggot Nest, before heading off for the Phlegm Conservatory of Music, spent a couple years here at SU. Wild cheers. That crazy stuff he learned here comes handy. Buzz handles most of our special effects. Come on, Buzz, let's show him this shit. You notice that your fellow pledge, Sid Dances with Sheeps, is sitting several rows down, holding a smoke bomb. I cast my love bit. With a riff of escalating volume, the demons lunge into the rendition of December Lust, a blisteringly satirical ditty about a pair of octogenarians who get remarried on the 50th anniversary of their separation. The screeching chorus of Who Says Lightning Doesn't Strike Twice, Pop the Bubbly and Toss the Rice, is accompanied by a simulated lightning storm of such size and realism that some fans begin instinctively heading for cover from the coming rain. Sid pulls the pin on a smoke bomb, rears back, and throws. Oh, shit. Shit. Shit and stands. Shit myself. Shit on me. Throw poop. Throw shit. Take a shit. Piss all over the stands. Wait. How about that Buzz Maggot Nest? Cheers. Now, here's a song from our newest album. Let's Do It Till Your Mom Explodes. Okay. So if I'd buy the CD, any album named Let's Do It Till Your Mom Explodes, I wouldn't even care what kind of music it is. Just would want the album for that name alone. It was written by our very beautiful but very twisted lead singer, Penny Swollen Blackhead. It's called The Disembowelment Waltz. The pin lands harmlessly on the stage while a smoke bomb explodes in Sid's hand, surrounding him with a swelling cloud of black muck. He emerges coughing. The smoke clears as the tune begins, clearly a crowd pleaser. The waltz tells the tale of a serial killer named Eunice, with 27 distinct multiple personalities, each trying to outdo each other with more and more gruesome crimes. During the 19th verse, about the Razor Edge playground equipment, Dances with Sheep returns with another smoke bomb. Yeah! You're a fantastic fucking crowd, and we've got a special treat for you. Our harpist, Brian Infected Suture, and our pneumatic driller, Xerxes Diaperash. Diaperash, nice. We'll perform a duet version of I Chewed My Heart Out Over You. The fans go wild at the mention of this demon classic. A hardcore demon fan, at least you'd surmise that from the blue hair and the demon logo tattooed on her titties, snuggles into your lap. Isn't this music the bippin' best? It really turns me on. She snuggles even closer and begins licking your ear, when suddenly a big bruiser appears, smashes you in the nose, and carries the young lady away, yelling, "You slut! I can't leave you alone for a second!" Fuck the slut. I can't... You use the word slut in the game? Fuck you! Fuck you, man. Okay, I'll wait. As the duet begins, an enormous boa constrictor slithers out of the harp and begins dancing with Infected Suture. As the song crescendos, the rolling clouds of a simulated acid rainstorm form above the stage. A transparent tarp, meant to protect the band from the storm, blows aside, and droplets of acid splash across the stage, sending the boa into a frenzy. The band, breaking off in mid-chord, barely managed to pull the snake off the choking harpist. Medics arrive a moment later and carry Infected Suture off stage on a stretcher. He's okay, folks. It'll take a lot more than a frightened snake to stop Brian. But let's take it easy on some of those special effects, okay, Buzz? Sid uncorks another smoke bomb. This time he lobs the correct parts. Unfortunately, it misses the stage and lands in a concession stand. Since the concession stands are operated by the University Dining Service, the huge cloud of black smoke billowing from it strikes absolutely no one as unusual. Regaining their composure following the accident, the remaining 4 band members gather their instruments and begin navigating the tortuous cloud formations of Let's Sick the Rabid Dogs on Grandma. There are a few stumbles at first, but soon the band is rocking along with rapid-fire guitar rhythms and foundation-rattling percussion beat and a torrent of deafening dog barks. Singer Penny Swollen Blackhead addresses the patrons. This next song's dedicated to our good friends, the Leaky Puss Buckets. It's called the Pittsburgh Penitentiary Blues. At the mention of the Demons' old warm-up band, cascades of whipped cream fount across the field until the entire stage and a good portion of the stands are inundated in white liquid. You notice Dances with Sheep has a small grenade launcher. Okay, this guy's getting fucking serious with the smoke bomb. Searchlights, like those of a prison yard, crisscross the sky over Sorcerer Stadium, and the deep rhythm of the Penitentiary Blues pulsates from the stage. A smoke bomb bursts from Sid's grenade launcher, but overshoots the stage. In fact, it overshoots the entire stadium and passes through an open window on the 2nd floor of the President's house. As the song ends, another volley of whipped cream inundates the band. Yeah! Shouts Bastion Brain. Cream me again, I love it! Now here's an old song I wrote back in high school. It's on our first album, and it's called If You Miss Me, Exhume Me. And 1 and a 2. While the crowd claps to the music and joins in a familiar refrain of If You Dig Me Up, the goalposts become eerily glowing tombstones and dark ethereal spirits rise from the ground around them. Sid pulls the pin from another smoke bomb, but as he moves to drop it into the grenade launcher, he slips and it falls into his cloak. He rises unable to find it, and it explodes. He flees the stands, streaming a thick black smoke behind him. The song comes to a thumping conclusion, and the stadium thunders with a wild ovation as the demons bow and slip off the stage. The stage light extinguishes as the applause grows into a rumbling avalanche of sound. Deep violet spotlights spring on as the demons reappear on stage. If you can take more, we can take more! Our next song is written by Buzz, and he's asked us to dedicate this rendition to his alma mater. The masses of roar their approval as the first strains of I Conjured Her from Dead Newts emanates from the stage. Plumes of white puffy smoke rise from the demons' instruments and form into multicolored reptiles in the air over the band. As your eyes follow the plumes, you spot Dances with Sheep crawling across the high lighting structure high above the stage. The encore ends and the demons again exit the stage. The crowd screams for another encore, and Dances with Sheep reaches the center of the lighting framework, right over the heart of the stage. A renewed burst of applause accompanies the return of the demons for their second encore. Thank you! What a fantastic fucking crowd! Here's the song I bet you all know from our first platinum hit, Use Me, Abuse Me, Turn Me Into a Frog. Some people think it's a song about love, but me, I basically think it's a song about amphibians. Sid releases a smoke bomb from his perch and it lands with a tiny splash right in the band's water pitcher, where it fizzles harmlessly. As the first drawing notes of Use Me, Abuse Me, Turn Me Into a Frog begin, a whale-sized frog is conjured and sits at the edge of the bandstand, flicking at three-dimensional images of flies in the sky above the stadium. The song nears its famous climax of magically amplified croaking, and you see the Sid, by going hand over hand, has moved precariously along one of the guy wires that holds up the towering light structure. Holding on with a trembling hand, he releases another smoke bomb. It sails right into the mouth of the humongous toad, which takes nary a notice. After another theatrical exit, the demons return, now dressed in their high priest costumes and carrying special musical instruments designed to look like sacrificial blades and daggers. The crowd cheers, knowing that the time has come for the demons' biggest hit, Sacrifice Me on the Altar of Your Love. As the chorus begins and the band jabs viciously with their instruments, huge plumes of what seem to be blood go shooting skyward, like water from a firehouse. One such plume strikes Dances with Sheep and begins carrying him away. As he passes the stage, he releases a final smoke bomb which lands directly in the midst of the band and explodes in a storm of heavy smoke. The crowd whistles and stomps with delight at what they perceive to be the show's ultimate climax. The band reaches a peak of numbing volume and, in their trademark conclusion, have several loads of dead animal carcasses into the crowd before exiting. After a sustained ovation, the fans slowly dispersed. Eat dead animals. Boo. The air is suddenly filled with the whoopings and squawkings of your fratmates as the HDP upperclassmen appear and drag your ass back to the cellar of the frat house. Eric Molten Rock, the fraternity prez, is here wearing face paint, ceremonial robes, and a vacant expression. Pledgemaster Chris Calpatty is here wearing the treasured HDP chicken suit, and you see Gary Dirty Fuckpile also here. Okay, let's see how you miserable maggots did today. Did Pledgemaster Dirty Junk Pile conjure a hornet's nest in class? The assembled fratman begins dancing and waving their arms as though possessed. Yes, squawk squawk, yes! Well done, Pledge Dirty Junk Pile. And did Pledge dances with sheep lob a smoke bomb at the Blue Demons? As Calpatty continues his bellicose ceremonial rantings, your attention wanders. Suddenly, Calpatty's leering face is an inch away from your own. Did Pledge Eaglebeak place the mustache upon the clock tower statue? Yes, bok bok, yes. Calpatty's face falls. What? He swallows, grinds his teeth, and says, Pledges, you have miraculously survived the day's obstacles, but tomorrow's will be harder still. Sleep hardy, boys. After a few final flaps, the squawks, the cellar empties. Didn't expect me to get that shit done. Alright, we still need to go catch some Z's. Hey, Pledge, calls Calpatty, saying pledge in a tone that implies he really means, hey, worthless pile of maggot-ridden tree mold. Better get a good night's sleep. You've got a date with the the Initiation Assignment Committee. Bright and early tomorrow morning. So you leave the living room of the frat, you hear Calpatty growl, Eric, my room now! I've got something on my mind. I need to listen to the duct again so we can get an insight on what is about to be our next assignment. You hear Calpatty's muffled voice. God damn it, Eric. How'd that worthless turd get that mustache onto that statue? You were there. You helped me put the lubricant on the statue. Well, we'll just have to get him tomorrow instead. Let's see. That's it. The TKB mascot. We'll ask the runt to kidnap the TKB mascot. That poor schmuck will be trampled to pieces if he tries it. Calpatty, you are brilliant. You are a brilliant fucking asshole. Not much else we can do in our room. Let's see, inventory. I'm not sure how much of this shit I need. I'm going to end up having to drop it all, I think, though. And in the mixing bowl, you see a lump of copper, so at least that did go successfully. You open the refrigerator a crack, producing an odor so wretched that not only do you nearly pass out, you're sorry you didn't. Needless to say, you quickly close the fridge, excuse me. What the hell? It's on my bed there. Your bed is inundated by what your doormates last year used to call the eagle mess. Ah! A flimsy duct runs up the wall. Okay, we know that. That's it. That's all we get. Your room came with a bunch of dirty, ratty pillows. You begin to feel kind of sleepy. You slide to the floor and fall asleep. 10 p.m. bedtime. I don't think I've ever been to bed at 10 p.m. Chapter 2, Mascot Free. Why do elephants have round feet? To keep them from falling into square holes. Why do they keep elephants? That must be a special spellcasting way. Last night I shot an elephant in my pajamas. What he was doing in my pajamas, I'll never know. Groucho mocks down by 50%. From the deepest sleep, you are jerked to your senses by your elder fratmates. Whooping, they grab you roughly, drag you downstairs to the cellar, shivering and still half asleep. You are shoved against the wall as the chanting reaches a crescendo. Eric Molten Rock in the fraternity prayers is here wearing face paint, ceremonial robes, and a vacant expression. You see Sid dances with sheep and Gary Dirty Junk Pile. Okay. Chapter 2 starts now. Let's get our assignment for the day, which we already know what it's going to be. Pledge Master Cow Patty descends, and the assembled uppercutsmen begin balking and squawking like a bunch of assholes. Cow Patty produces a rubber chicken, and the upperclassmen proceed to flog you and the other pledges across shoulders and back. Listen, oh worthless initiates, for here are your assignments for the day. You have until 9 this evening to complete them. Dirty Junk Pile, you will start a food fight in the cafeteria during lunchtime. Dances with sheep, you will play those bagpipes during Ethics 201. Your attention robes until Ego Big. You will kidnap Babar O'Tester, the Tapakega Brew mascot. Bring it to President Tickenclock's bedroom and abandon it there. Pledges, you are the lowest of the low, not fit to lick dried pond scum off the foot of a horsefly. Succeed today and you will be one step closer to joining the cream of the elite, the best of the best, the farts of Sorcerer U. The others file up the stairs, squawking and flapping their frilly flaggity arms, leaving you alone into the cellar. We must kidnap Babar, the mascot. Now, Babar is an elephant mascot, and ironically, I used to watch the show Babar growing up as a little youngster. So if you are as fucking ancient as the Game Hoarder, maybe you recollect the show Babar. I used to watch that and some Wizard of Oz cartoon shit every day before I went to school. I don't know why I got into a show with a bunch of fucking elephants acting like the goddamn Brady Bunch, but I did. And I regret every episode of it at this time. Anyways, no, it was a cute show. Just wasn't as fucking awesome as G.I. Joe and He-Man. Let's see. Did I drop all my shit once again? Yes. You bastards made me drop all my shit once again. I'm just going to leave everything in my room for now. Everything's just kind of chilling there, so that's fine. Actually, no. Let me grab my shit. What do I think I can leave here so I have room, because I'm kind of maxed? Trophy maybe? Casserole? Copies of today's edition of the school newspaper are piled here. Many people are grabbing copies. It's amazing how many folks have bird cages that need lining. You see a student and Professor Moldy Breadcrust meet nearby and cannot help but overhear the part of their conversation. Got it. Thank you, lad. I'm not going back to my office for a while, so No problem, Professor. I'm not going that way. I'll leave it in... As they vanish from view, the rest of their words are lost. Okay, so we know there's something going on there. Let's read the news, as we always do. Get newspaper. No initiation violations reported. Terrence Hopping Turtle, the newly appointed Dean of Ethics and Fraternity Conduct, reports a quiet first day of initiation week, with no violations of the informal hazing code reported. No injuries and no serious damage to university property. We love the restraint of all parts of our fraternities, said Hopping Turtle, and we urge them to continue to find ways to make the initiation week an enjoyable time for pledges and brothers alike. Hopping Turtle, a professor in the Department of Ethics since 1022, was appointed during the summer by President Ticking Clock to the newly created post. The art section. Sorcerers love demons. Scream for more. A sellout crowd screamed with delight from the moment the blue demons walked into the Sorcerer Stadium field until the end of their third encore nearly 2 hours later. Lead guitarist Johnny Bashin Brain and singer Penny Swollen Blackhead were in top form, leading the band in a wild medley of songs from their latest album, including the rousing Swallow My Love Grenade and the tongue-in-cheek Disempalement Waltz. The group also thrilled the SU listeners with renditions of such demon classics as I Chewed My Heart Out Over You and Use Me, Abuse Me, Turn Me Into a Fucking Frog. The concert was slightly marred when Harpist Brian and Infected Suture had to be rushed to the hospital when a duet featuring a boa constrictor and a simulated acid storm experienced a technical snafu. In addition, a smoke bomb exploded near the stage. For those that don't know or are not aware of the acronym SNAFU, it stands for Situation Normal, All Fucked Up. It's kind of, I think it's originally derived from a military acronym, which originally meant Status Nominal, All Fucked Up. It basically is kind of like, almost like FUBAR, fucked up beyond all recognition. The situation is going to be chaotic, even though this is the normal state of affairs. So that is where the SNAFU word comes from. In case you've never encountered that little game hoarder fucking Wikipedia shit going on over here. In addition, a smoke bomb exploded near the stage. Wonder whose fault that was. During the third encore, although the source has learned that the smoke bomb was a fraternity prank, most members of the audience assumed it to be part of the band's act. Let's check out the sports section. No sports report today. Sports editor and his staff are both in Putzburg, attending the annual convention of collegiate newspaper sports editors and writers. This dynamic exchange of ideas and knowledge will enable our sports desk to bring you even better coverage of SU athletics during the coming year. Our sports cover will resume with tomorrow's edition. Well, shit fiddlesticks. Last but not least, the editorial. Read editorial. Press firm stand, a welcome change. President Ticking Clock's strong warning against the excesses of Fraternity Initiation Week is good indication that his new administration will be guided by principles of scholarship and mutual respect. Unlike his predecessor, who often greeted initiation rule violations with a reprimand and a wink, Ticking Clock has let it be known that business as usual will not be tolerated. The initiation process, as well as the spirit of Sorcerer U, will be stronger for it. It's 7 fucking a.m. Damn. 7 a.m. in Chapter 2. Here we are at the Ancient Lab. Alright, we're going to attach the bender to the appliance. You attach the sheet metal bender of Balmoral to the Sorcerer's appliance. A word appears on the side of the appliance. Vegetable! Press. Oh yeah, drop all. Now we can go inside. You turn the dial to 2. The control panel transforms like clay in the hands of an unseen sculptor. The control panel now consists of a green dial, a small silver lever, and 2 other buttons. Above the left button is the word dry. Above the right button, the word rockbound appears. So now we can make moss shrubs and trees. And shrubberies, bring me a shrubbery! We did take some valuable notes in our general magic class yesterday concerning the magical properties of certain Pelorian plants, such as the spatula moss. We need spatula moss. It's a moist, rock-bound variety of moss, so let's go ahead and push the left button. That changes the word of the day to moist. As you throw the lever, a voice makes itself heard within your brain. Get the fuck out, Will Robinson. The appliance opens and smoke billows forth from the interior. A golden light shines forth and then slowly fades as the smoke disperses. And you see some spatula moss, which we get. The dial is now set to the picture of a shrub. The word over the left button now reads flowering. The word over the right button now rings deciduous. Now it reads evergreen. And now we have a simple berry bush. Just what we need. Hopefully we can still carry everything. We have a lot of shit. We leave the lab flask. Alright folks, that wraps it up for this episode of Spellcasting 201. I am jumping on a plane within the next 24 hours, and I will be gone until late Friday night. In case you didn't catch that the last 15 times I said it in the last 15 videos. But anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you when I return. And I hope to get some videos done in the last week that I remain in this house. And then it will be new house time. And we'll do a short video, introductory video to the Game Hoarder's new domicile, and hopefully we'll do some other videos because there's going to be a shitload of new breweries around where I'm going to be living. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more Spellcasting 201.